And welcome to a very different episode of Shapes of Resilience. I am down at Shoalstone Pool in Brixham, and I'm going to record this solo episode with the crashing waves of an easterly high tide crashing against the pool, testing the resilience of the new structure, the new wall, and it feels incredible to be down here. This evening, the waves are crashing over, the pool is full, and this has been an incredible week. I'm sat here now and I can't believe what happened last week, Thursday, Friday. So as you know, I called for help and the community delivered on a huge scale. I've never seen anything like it. So there's so many people to thank, because without the people that turned up, Shoalstone Pool would not be in the position it is. And I am excited beyond belief to announce that we are finally ready to open Shoalstone Pool. This Friday, the 17th of July, 2026, we are opening the pool at midday. And that's going to be such a special moment, because this pool has been dearly missed by the community of Brixham, Torbay, Devon, and those that travel here. I didn't realise how much this place meant to everybody, because clearly it means a lot to me, and that's why I'm here. But what is apparent to me is that it also means so much to so many people. The amount of people that approach me every single day, telling me their stories, telling me about their memories, coming here on holiday with their families, as youngsters, as adults, as a family, friends. And it's the same memories I have of being down here in a pair of Y fronts, jumping in the shallow end with my dad, my brother, my mum, my uncles, my aunties, all my cousins, my friends. That was my childhood, and we were down here as a community in Brixham, and I remember it so clearly. And now that is going to be happening again, and I'm right in the thick of it. And how many changes can you make in your life in one go? Unbelievable. It's actually hard to put into words how grateful I feel, because I feel like I'm meeting people that I should have met years ago. When I sat here on Thursday at 9 o'clock, and I had absolute faith and trust that people were going to show up, because I'd had so many messages. But it was almost like a film set where they'd been held at each end of Shoalstone Pool in a big group of people. And at 9:05, they appeared from both directions, like a scene out of the Football Factory. And those 5 minutes were the longest 5 minutes of my life, because honestly, at 9 o'clock, there was no one here. It was just me and a couple of helpers. And then when I saw from both directions the crowds arrive, and I had the paint that Jody Blewett kindly donated. That man is a hero, by the way, because he's running his own business and he's working all hours to provide for his family. He's on the beck and call of all of the trawlers in Brixham, delivering the highest standard possible for marine paint and knowledge and experience and passion. But he still offered up his services to me and to the community, and he delivered. And not only did he deliver, but I had to go back to Jody 3 times to say, mate, I'm really sorry, we have run out of paint. We have tried, but we have run out. Please let us pay for some more paint, because you've given enough. And on each and every occasion I went to Jody, and he wouldn't take the money. There's levels of kindness and generosity. And on the third occasion, when I went in to see Jody and I said, please let us pay, because you've given us so much already. These tins of paint are worth a lot of money. It is marine grade paint that is put on the trawlers to withstand the sea. And he gave us around £2,000 worth of paint and equipment out of the kindness of his heart, because he believes in this place. He's got the same memories. He's part of the community. But what I saw when I took the paint was a level of kindness that I aspire to. And the people that I look up to the most are the people that give without expecting anything in return. So when he refused to take the money for the paint, 2 men stood in his warehouse. The tears came, honestly. And I didn't even try to fight it, because it was overwhelming to see somebody give, yet again, out of his pocket to the community because he wants the next generations, like myself, like the people that have turned up, and like the people that have messaged, because not everyone could turn up. People have got jobs to go to. I completely get that, and people have apologised, and there's no need to apologise. But wow, that man deserves recognition. He deserves gratitude from the whole of the community. And I know he already has, but I'm going to be putting his name in lights. And Matt Evans actually came up with an amazing idea that why don't we treat Shoalstone Pool like a football stadium? And anyone that sponsors Shoalstone Pool or delivers on the scale that Jody delivered gets their name at one of the ends of the pool. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing the Jody Blow It deep end for sure. And I love that concept. And this is it now. This is the community's asset for us to come together with ideas. I've had so many. I've had Fletch approach me, who owns the ice cream shop, Ice Cream. He wants to get involved with some kind of event where all the proceeds are going to come back into Shoalstone. And honestly, the list goes on and on. Adam of Riviera Sounds turned up on both days with his drone, and he spent the whole day here capturing amazing footage. He put the reels together. Again, I know how that is with the podcast, with editing this stuff. It's not quick. So for him to spend his day here using his specialist skills and equipment and then go back home and edit the reel to the standard he did, again, it's captured it for the community now for us to look back on and inspire the next generations to get involved next year, because we're going to be doing this every single year. There is not a chance that this pool will not suffer again at the hands of the tides. As you can see, we're in July and the coast is battering Shoalstone Pool. So I was down here running my sauna through the winter and this is nothing. So we are going to have damage. We are inevitably going to need to come together as a community next year. So if you missed out this year, don't worry, you'll get your chance. We're going to be doing this every single year. And I can't wait, because you can't beat nature. That's what it is. That's what this place thrives on. So we strengthen, we build the resilience of the pool we already have with the repair work, with the buttress, with the new valve, with the repair to the walls, with the marine paint. It's all coming together. And I couldn't be happier. I honestly could not be happier. This place means so much to me. As I've documented over the last 3 years, sea swimming here through the winter of 2023 completely transformed my mindset, completely changed my life for the better. And they say that doing hard things physically means that you inevitably then build resilience mentally, so that when you're faced with a hard decision or a hard conversation, that you've built that resilience in the trenches. I had to fight those demons, and every Saturday without fail I came down and I swam in the sea in February in a pair of shorts, and I hated every single minute of it, but I knew that that was the work that I had to do to build the foundations to get to where I am today. And I'm grateful to myself, I'm grateful to everyone that was part of my journey. Tom and Ross, those boys have got the mindset that was new to me, but those boys have been doing that for the last 2 decades. When I went and did the training with them for those 8 weeks for that challenge, and we were doing things like cold water immersion, Navy SEALs training, water resilience building. We were over in Goodrington doing hang-ups, doing pull-ups off the bar to the point where our hands were freezing. That built the resilience. So then when it came to the more recent times where I had to dig deep and find that resilience to push through and make those changes that I knew so desperately I needed to stop living in the cycle of yesterday and start living in the cycle of creating a new tomorrow. Does that make sense? Because if you focus on yesterday, then all you're going to do is repeat yesterday. I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, because all I'm doing is creating that energy so that I know tomorrow is going to be exciting. It's going to be full of creativity. It's going to be full of positivity. It's going to be full of new things, new experiences, new people, new ways of thinking. I just want to learn. I want to keep learning all day, every day. It's about learning. It's about bettering myself. And I'm so excited. I've got so much passion for this place. This place saved my life. Honestly, it saved my soul. The sea saved my soul. All I want is to create a place for us to come together as a community, because there's so much negativity out there that we don't need to be thinking about. What I saw on Thursday and Friday was a community come together. When those two crowds joined and met in the middle, and I looked over and I could see them waiting for me to go over and deliver a briefing. I've never been filled with more purpose in my whole life, because I knew that the 100 people over 2 days that came, let me repeat that, 100 people that gave their time to share my passion and our passion as a community to bring this place back to life, it blew my mind. And I knew that in that moment that I had to fight back the overwhelming feelings that I had of gratitude, overwhelm, excitement, joy. I had to put that to one side, because this is not the time for that. This is the time to switch on, use the resources we have in the window of opportunity that we've got over those 2 days to make this place what it is now. That place was full of heroes. The 100 people that turned up over the 2 days were heroes, absolute heroes, warriors, Vikings, because the sun was shining, the wind was not present. It was humid. We had a lot of physical work to do. We had pumps to move out the pool. We had scaffolding poles to move. We had sleepers to move. We had wheelbarrows, endless amounts of things to lift and carry the length of the pool, the length of Shoalstone up on the upper decks. And then the amount of painting that we had to do was phenomenal. Big shout out to Captain Carl Brady, who's part of the team from Stone's Throw, the new restaurant, because what was apparent was we had a lot of skilled workers who had taken the day off work. It was like DIY SOS, and that was my vision, and it came true. But what you can't have is too many chefs. So as part of my briefing, I introduced Carl and said, this man is in charge of the paint. I do not know what I'm doing with paint. It's not my skill. Carl is the man. We had a station. Carl had a plan, and it came off perfectly. This place could not look better. And that is all down to that meticulous leadership with the paint that Carl displayed. And it wasn't easy because we had a lot of people. And it was very much a case of respectfully being completely upfront that if you know what you're doing with paint, put your hand up, come with me. If you're happy to chuck a bit of paint with a roller, hang fire, we're going to set the paint system up. We're going to get the stuff moving, and then everyone else can just infill. Or if you're not confident with the paint, then we can go and find some other jobs. And that worked absolutely perfectly. And again, it comes down to being comfortable to be honest, because yes, we want everyone to get involved, but we also want the right people for the right jobs, and we want this place to look good. And my God, does this place look incredible. It looks like a professional showroom. Honestly, every single bit of blue around the back wall, around the sea trim, around the inner pool, around the railings, the changing rooms, the railings, the compass deck. It looks phenomenal. And talking about the compass deck, oh my God. Mark Bell, the artist from Kick Up the Arts, not only did he come down for those 2 days, but he also returned on Sunday, giving up his whole afternoon. And this is someone that needs to make a living from his art. And Mark has absolutely pulled out the bag with that compass deck. I've never seen anything like it. And that is the forefront now of our compass deck, which is the heart of our wellbeing activities. That is where all of our practitioners are going to be delivering their classes. And they're going to be doing it now on this beautiful piece of art. So Mark, thank you. You're an absolute hero. We have got so much going on. It is so exciting. Starting this Friday. As you'll see, as you can see, I've put a post out already advertising our first Feel Good Friday. That's going to be running every Friday throughout the summer. It's going to be a mix of wellbeing practitioners. We're going to come together. There's going to be 2 sessions every Friday at 9 and 9:45. It's going to be £10 for both sessions. All of that money is going to come back into Shoalstone. So come get involved, feel good, feel the connection, and all the money is going to go back into Shoalstone. How rewarding is that? I also want to take this time to thank a number of other people that have displayed so much generosity. Jason Stride, who has been doing the steelwork. He's fitted the new valve, which is holding the water perfectly. He's fitted the new rails, which again look absolutely stunning. But not only that, we have needed Jason to offer his guidance and advice, which he's done. He's come down short notice to help me out on a number of occasions, and he's actually monitoring the webcam all day, every day, messaging me. And he identified through their work potentially one of the reasons why we were losing water at one point, and he's provided all of the materials we needed to make that crack good, and I believe it's fixed it. This pool today was holding water all day. So thank you, Jason. Sean Onslow, Dyson Construction, not only did they do a great job when they came back the second time round and delivered the building work around the tides, but again, we have needed so many extra bits since they came away. And again, Sean on each occasion has just donated us the materials for the repair on the wall, for the potholes, for the seawall. It's a collection of local businesses all coming together, all pulling together to get this over the line. Like, when I started this project 5 weeks ago, I did not believe I would be in this position. And I'm buzzing. I'm tired, but I'm buzzing, because there's a difference between working hard on something that you don't believe in and it draining the energy out of you, because this is easy. Yes, I'm working hard. Yes, I'm a little bit stressed. Naturally, we're trying to make everyone feel valued when they come down, with getting everything in place and pulling it off, because when I started posting online, part of me was thinking, what have I done? Because if I don't deliver this now, I'm going to look a little bit silly. So I've had to put that trust. And by putting that trust out there in the universe to come round and deliver, it means that I haven't created that energy that means the opposite happens. And these are the practices that I live by, which have meant that pretty much at no point did I ever actually doubt that I would be sat here with a pool that is ready to open this Friday, that is ready to provide what I believe is going to be the go-to venue in this area. And it's phenomenal. We have missed this place. It is coming back. I just want to thank every single person, because there were people that came on Thursday, Friday, today, gave up their time. And I can wholeheartedly say that without those people, this pool would not be looking the way it does now. We're good to go. I can't wait. I'm so grateful. Let's make Brixham the community that it used to be. In fact, let's make it the best community that Brixham's ever seen. And let's make Shoalstone great again. Massive love. I've got goosebumps. I've got absolute goosebumps, because this is my home now. It's our home.